Hi, it's Keith Townsend from CTOadvisor.com with a quick coffee chat. Coffee's outside the shot, so sorry for you caffeine heads. We're going to talk a little bit about the invisible infrastructure. Just like we're having invisible coffee today, there's an awful lot of work that goes into the invisible infrastructure. I think one of the things that I'm realizing is that there's a perception that the invisible infrastructure means that there is simplicity, i.e., I could go and have an instant cup of coffee. The instant cup of coffee is really easy to deploy. Drinking it, however, is a very different experience than taking your time. You know, there's a person in the virtualization community, Cody, that spends an awful lot of time brewing his own coffee. You can go to him and just get overwhelmed by tips on how to prepare coffee and make the coffee, the infrastructure. And then there's the consumption of the coffee. Well, if I'm at a technology event and there's Cody, I'll just say, you know what, Cody, give me a cup of coffee. And he goes behind the scenes, does all the infrastructure things, brings that coffee to the forefront, and I drink the coffee. It was the work that it took for him to roast the beans, to select the beans, to roast the beans, to grind the beans, to do all of the infrastructure for cold brewing, all the research and work to cold brew a coffee and then deliver that to me. It's all invisible. So while there's a concept that the infrastructure should be invisible, which it should be, those things you shouldn't burden the user with. I shouldn't be burdened on what it takes to provision a server, to patch a server, to maintain a server and networking and load balancers and etc. However, that doesn't mean that those things are simple and that the preparation and creation and deployment of those things are relatively without effort on the back end of the design. It just means from a consumption perspective, it's easy for me to consume and I don't see the preparation involved in making that happen. So that's it. Quick coffee chat. Talk to you guys next CTO Advisor. You can follow me on the web, thectoadvisor.com. Subscribe to the podcast, thectoadvisor.com/podcast, or catch me in iTunes. Talk to you guys on Twitter @CTO Advisor.